Yes, well, like I said, I was larger than life. So, and like I say, a lot of people would owe their life to me. Like there were times when people were like, give us all your money and your women and all your stuff and maybe we'll only kill half of you. And I was that person after they went in there and killed half of them. I was that person that was like, armies, and jets, and I only want to watch out for the hostages. There are people in there that are my people or whatever. Go in there and find out. And basically like like I said, the whole hostage situation training, and like not to shoot the hostage, because there were a couple times when my people went in there and we accidentally killed the wrong people or killed some of the people we were there to save. So, from then on we were very careful about exactly who we killed and everything else like that, and deciding. And like I said, that's why I had light intensification, infrared. We had all the cool stuff, from 1800. No one knew all the cool stuff we had, so I had the best. And that's another reason why people would actually like join my group, because we went in there to stop the bad people. I'm the one who invented all that. Anyway, so I was the only one I was the one with white horses. Like I said, if you were given a white horse, you went to one of my military academies. You started young, and it was at least like 5 or 6 years of training before you were given your white horse. And having a white horse was like a status symbol. That meant that you were a true officer of an accredited and very good school. Like I said, I had countries worth of money. People paid taxes to me because, I mean, it started out with things like people had been scammed or swindled, and I would say, okay, well, I'll loan you the stone so you can build your house, but maybe you can pay me back eventually, because I owned a quarry. I was the owner of a couple quarries, so it's like, so I could do that kind of stuff. I was like, sure. Well, I mean, I own a quarry. I mass sell throughout the world. So yeah, I can loan you some stone, at least to build a couple houses. And later on, people would build these great big huge houses out of this the quarry, because they had done really well in their life, and I had given them their start. A lot of people would be like, he gave us our start. Like, yeah, I did. Anyway, though, so I had white horses, and people on white horses. Eventually, I don't know if I think some of them retired, but because I mean, I had a whole school, and they were you know like I said, my people were like super trained and super honorable. Like, I mean, to be a part of LS was like, you were, my people were legendary. They would sing songs about my people. Like I said, there were a couple really bad people that would like sneak in and have these carefully conceived plans to like take over a town, and then they would fortify them, and they would feel safe. And I would be like underground, and basically like while we were tunneling up underground, blowing the ceiling of some mine, my tanks would be rolling over the mountains and stuff like that. I mean, there was some ridiculous stuff where it's like, we are going to get in, you can't stop us. Like I mean, people used to think I was unstoppable. I nearly was. Like, I was nearly. I mean, like I say, I was proud to be Lucifer. I loved being Lucifer, and looked and like I say, Rosella used to look at me with this look in her eyes, like you're really him. Like Rosella used to look at me with this look, like you're really him. You're the Lucifer. It's like, yeah, I am the Lucifer, the protector, the one the one of myth, the one of legend, the inventor of tanks, inventor of flight, the one that raided towns and built cities, and showed people that a good life and a worry-free life was possible. Anyway, I mean, the look in her eyes and the look in other people's eyes, it was well worth it. Like I said, I just like I said, I just got that moral. I mean, I saw all the films of all the people being burned by the flamethrower tanks, and like I say, it was like a scream rising up inside me, and that just kind of like boiled up and kind of became this yell, or this. feeling of energy, and I just, I had to do something about it. And, and I became like this force of nature, kind of, almost. Like, I always kind of was. So, like I say, massive production, and basically oceans of tanks and ships. Like I said, I was the one that there's this one time that we were trying to raid this beach. There's this drug dealer on the beach. He was an opium king. He was well defended. He had a bunch of people that were hooked on drugs, and people were like, how are we going to get to him? I was like, put the boat on the beach. And it was like a $2 million brand new boat with big cannons. I was like, I want you to take that boat, hit it full speed ahead, and ram it onto that beach. I don't care if it sinks, just park it there. So, well, it's his ship. So, and they parked two others there, and they were like, and they were just like, and the battleship was in combat with tanks on the shore, just like, boom. I hear it was legendary. Like the cannons, they lowered the cannons all the way down, and they hit it at like an angle, and parked it there. And like there was, some of the people said we could see the tanks, and like the shells were hitting it, and the tank would just disappear, just no tank left. Yeah, though, it was my ship. That was my battle maneuver. As a drug dealer, we had to get up there. He was psychotic, and he was responsible for a lot of death, a lot of destruction, and so like there were tanks on the shoreline, and they were and other artillery pieces, and they were pretty well defended. They also had some cannons deeper inside or something, and they shelled my ship. They took out one of my ships, but my ship stayed. They actually stayed at the guns firing until they actually died. That's how they felt. Like they were there for a reason, and we were gonna hit them hard, and we did. Like I said, one of the people on the grounds, they would cheer, because they saw a tank, literally this big armored tank, literally just get vaporized by one of the shells from the ships. They said those cannons came down and boom, and they saw the tank just go gone. Like there was they said they thought it got vaporized for a minute there, but when the smoke cleared, there was like tracks and stuff, like something like that, and like it was like full on 18 millimeter or 16 millimeter cannon onto the shore. They said the buildings were just crumbling. Like they knew we were coming. I was like, good, so. We just parked, they parked two destroyers right on the ships, and it tore the whole, it tore the whole, the bottom side out of one, and it just settled onto the shore, and the cannons were just boom, and the landing party was right there, and they said they felt a lot safer with those cannons, except they went deaf because they were landing like right next to where the ships were firing the cannons. Anyway, it was this one thing where the amphibious tanks were also going in there, and later on. And it's kind of sad that they don't have the story right, because it was legendary. It was absolutely legendary. Just like me. So anyway, he was an opium dealer and a cocaine dealer, and he had all these plantations, and he had the whole town and everybody hooked on drugs, and he was responsible for doing all this bombing, and he was like thinking he was safe. Anyway, after the cannons cleared the shore, they went up and started shelling his stronghold. Boom, boom. And some of my guys said they were running. They were running scared because like the effect. Like I said, like I said, I had an effect. I was willing to park these great big ships. No regard for. I was like, we'll fix it later. They said, "Are you sure, sir?" Yes. Good to hear. I had things like that where they're like good to hear, and that's why people looked at me with those glowing eyes and felt the way they did about me, because of these psychotic maneuvers.